Welcome back to Flannel Mouth. We're back. I'm your host, Madison.
And I'm Barrett.
And we're here to flap our traps.
As always.
We haven't recorded in about a week.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, it's okay. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to put out like 3 episodes a week, and we haven't done it once yet.
We gotta hold ourselves accountable.
We do, but we're so busy. I'm so busy. You're so busy. Every time we do
it... It's summertime, though, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it's summertime. Yeah. And every time we do it, there's an audio issue. Like, we're in a different room because we felt like it was echoey in the last room we recorded in. So every time we change something new, did you notice this is the first time we're sitting on opposite sides? I usually sit on that side and you're on this side.
Maybe it's a different vibe.
New vibes.
New vibes.
New podcast vibes.
It's summertime, though, so, guys, give us a break.
I know. So we have a couple stories today, not as many as last time. I did want to touch on some that we talked about last time, kind of like updates.
Yeah.
Before we even get started, do you seriously have anything for sports, or should we just skip it?
Let's skip sports today.
Okay, because there's nothing.
There's not really anything like pressing. I mean, the only thing that I can mention is maybe like the Jets. They're doing this year's Hard Knocks, and Hard Knocks follows the preseason to the NFL season for one team each year.
Is that a show?
Yeah, it's on HBO.
Here it comes. Oh, I thought I was going to burp.
Yeah.
I have a burp in my chest and I can't get it out, and we just decided to roll the podcast, so it's going to just like happen. Oh, I have something for sports, so let's do sports first because it's one comment.
Okay.
The tennis documentary you watched was so fun.
Yeah, Breakpoint. So good, right? It's
I was
unreal.
watching it with Dad and I was like, this is so riveting. I was on the edge of my seat.
I think it's cool because like we're not really a tennis family at all.
No.
Like we have cousins that play tennis, but like we're as a immediate family isn't involved with it. But seeing it and seeing what they go through, it's like golf, where it's like a highly focused, individualized sport.
Yeah, but it's definitely, as someone who doesn't play golf or tennis and has really not like in the golf or tennis zeitgeist, tennis is so much more like to watch, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like who's gonna win? Like, it's so back and forth. It's a tight game. It's not like we got 18 holes, we're gonna hit the ball far, then we're gonna walk to the next. It's like
different mindset.
Yeah, it's a different mindset. That was really fun. So even if you don't like sports, you should watch that documentary because I'm not a sports person, but that was really fun to watch.
They do a good job. That's the same company that did like the Formula One Netflix series, Full Swing, the golf series. Like they do really good documentaries in sports. Yeah. So they make it entertaining for like anyone. Yeah,
but I will say that was my only thing I want to talk about in sports, so we can move on.
Okay, let's move on.
All right. Celebrity stories. Let's touch on what we talked about last time. Aunt Jody texted us and said that we owe Dylan Sprouse an apology.
Yeah.
Because apparently he hasn't left Hollywood and he does do films. And he is like a producer and still an actor. And so he is like, I think we kind of wrote him off as like, he just brews beer, but like he does do things.
Yeah, okay.
And for people who are fact checking every little thing we say on this podcast, God forbid we get one thing wrong.
Yeah, Jesus.
And then what else? Oh, the Miranda Lambert thing. So when we were talking.
Yeah, I've seen so many stories about this.
Oh my God, so many stories.
I'm chalking it up as she's a bitch. I am. I don't like Miranda Lambert. I don't. I think she's selfish. I think she's egotistical and she's a bitch. Like she popped, like at another concert there was someone who said
she stabbed the balloon.
She stabbed a beach ball.
A beach ball.
A fucking beach ball where everyone's having fun, like, just hit it back.
Yeah. You know what would be
you would gain so many points if you just hit it back into the crowd.
Even more points? Get a Sharpie and sign it and then punch it into the crowd.
Yeah, but
how sick would that be?
That would be unreal. But you pop it because you're a witch. Like, are you kidding me? Like, dude.
She's a witch!
Like, dude.
Yeah, I think it was uncool.
Come on.
And what I was going to say is going to make the story even worse for her. So when I was explaining the story, it was like,
the comment sections have been...
just eviscerating her.
Who was she married to for a while?
Blake Shelton.
Yeah, everyone was like, now we know why Blake Shelton and her divorced.
Salt fight.
Yeah.
So salty.
Salty in
So the
womb.
picture that the guests and the audience were taking, they weren't facing the stage taking a selfie. They had turned their back to the stage to get a selfie with her performing in the background. So she was in the photo.
Yeah. Okay.
I had explained it the other way, like they were taking the selfie and the crowd is behind them. No.
Yeah.
They turned around and she was in the photo too. They're trying to get a photo of them with her.
Yeah.
And she did that?
Yeah, she sucks.
So uncool.
She sucks.
So
Wicked uncool. Wicked
also,
uncool.
I remember you were like, yeah, people who do Vegas residencies are on their way out, but exceptions like Pink, Adele, Katy Perry. I think what Vegas residencies now have turned into is celebrities who can't tour at the capacity of Taylor Swift and Beyonce, maybe Ed Sheeran and Harry Styles or Ariana Grande, like huge names. They go to Vegas and they come every weekend to do their shows, and then they can go back home, and the touring isn't crazy. People go to them rather than them going to the people. That's what I think like Vegas residencies have kind of turned into, making it easier for the artist to do live performances. They have the stage, they can do like more pyrotechnics, it doesn't cost as much to produce, they have their dressing rooms, all their costumes.
I get what you're saying, but this is what I'm going to add to that. Like Vegas residency, like think about the tour, like how many shows is Taylor Swift doing in the world this year?
Oh my god.
100?
Oh, no, more than that. No, it has to be more than that.
Exactly. Like, so they're not...
Almost two. I feel like almost 200. So they're not
performing at the capacity that they used to, so technically it is a downgrade.
Yeah.
It's a downgrade. You know what I mean? And when you're in Vegas, like, you're not going to Vegas to be like, oh, let's go to Vegas to go see Pink. Like, you're going to Vegas to, like... do other things. There's probably a select handful that will do that.
I'm in the handful.
But you're not selling out shows every single night. Like if you went to Vegas,
not selling out stadiums.
If you went to Vegas and Pink was performing, you might go one night.
I would try to go.
You would try to go one night, but you wouldn't spend 3 nights there at a Pink concert.
I would fly to Vegas just to see Adele, though.
Yeah, of course. But Adele, like, you know, she's not that type of artist where she's like a Taylor Swift.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she is a very...
But,
she makes great songs. She does songs for soundtracks and movies.
She's won a lot of Grammys.
She has.
Her music is up there, but I think, like, her
But
vibe...
she's not bringing out...
it's just, like, a very different vibe.
She's not bringing out multiple generations for sellout shows, like Taylor Swift's doing, like Beyonce does. You know?
Harry Styles.
Like Harry Styles.
Oh, my God,
like
he's
Justin
bringing
Bieber.
out the grannies.
Exactly. Like,
everyone.
They don't, like... They're not that type of artist. So, technically, a Las Vegas residency is, like, an artist being like, okay, like, I can't sell out shows like I used to, so I'm going to lock in this Vegas residency so I have strict pay coming. Like you said, easier travel, all that stuff.
It's easier lifestyle for artists, because I think the hardest part of being a musical artist is the touring schedule.
Yeah.
Like, that's exhausting.
Like Pink could come out with another concert, like another album that just blows the roof off of the place, and it's like, oh, I can tour 100 cities again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know how they do it. Barrett, I went to 2 nights of Eras, and I was sick for a week.
I bet.
I
picked you up when you came home and you were fucking soaking wet.
Looking
like a wet rat.
I was a wet rat. I was wet to the bone.
Yeah.
I didn't go to bed until 2:30, just living off the adrenaline rush of being at that show. Me and Lucas were sending pics, all the pics we got back and forth and airdropping. Then I went the second night, and by Monday morning, I had appointments that week I had to cancel. I had pus sacs on my tonsils. I thought I had strep throat. I didn't. The strep and COVID test came back negative, but I was...
Praise God.
Praise God. But I was so sick, and I'm like, wait, she did this 3 nights in a row. Not only was she in the Rain show, she was performing in the Rain show. I wasn't performing. I was just standing there screaming.
Yeah, but
how does she do it?
How
does she do it?
When she gets back, dude, she has an entire team being like, you were just in the soaking rain performing, blah, blah, blah. Like, she probably has an IV hooked up.
You think?
And, oh, definitely. She has all that shit. She probably takes stuff after, like, help her voice, like, get her body temperature down to, like, a normal rate. And the fact that it's in the summer, so it's not cold. And she's like, sweating up there. So as soon as she gets off stage, they have her with towels, keeping her warm, like, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, her body heat and her performing keeps her at a level where it's like, she's probably not going to get sick. You know what I mean?
But the adrenaline of it all, week after week after week after week after week, 2 to 3 shows a weekend, like, that's just insane.
She's fucking unstoppable, dude.
She's incredible. Beyonce, too, is doing the same thing right now.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
They're unreal.
Anyway, okay, so now, like, kind of new stories.
Yeah.
I do have a carryover from a story we talked about, updates last week, the Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah,
Have you seen what's been going on?
No, what's up?
Barrett.
Oh, boy.
It's actually not funny at all, but I am going to show you a picture of someone, and I can't wait to see your reaction. So, Ariana Grande is dating her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater among the Dalton Gomez split. Have you seen a picture of Ethan Slater?
No.
I'm just going to say, He played SpongeBob on Broadway. It's giving SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh my God.
He is also married to his high school sweetheart with a baby.
Oh my God.
They had a baby last year. And all of the reports I've seen is that his wife is beside herself, completely blindsided, had no idea, absolutely devastated. There are headlines that's like really upsetting, like Daddy left our family. Like this is him.
Shit.
That's him.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. Are you serious?
I'm so serious right now. Not to mention, like, that's not going to last long. Not to mention the stain that this affair now has on the film that hasn't even come out yet. That's coming out next year.
Yeah, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ.
It's a bad look. So Dalton and Ari are separated. They're not legally divorced. But Dalton was seen, I think there's photographs of him, like, going on a date with someone. She's on a date. Like, between Dalton and Ariana, there's clearly an understanding we are not together. We're seeing other people. But this man, apparently his wife found out, like, just days before the world found out.
Oh, my God.
And she is not okay. I don't even know how old. I think the baby is less than a year old. How awful.
This kid looks like a fucking gremlin. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I don't like to attack personal looks, but when I saw that, mouth agape. You threw it all away for that? This isn't gonna last. This is just like
that's a fling.
This is just a fling.
This is a fling. And this guy ruined his fucking marriage and
his marriage to his high school sweetheart.
That's terrible. That's awful.
He's just some random theater kid.
Fucking that. I understand if it's like fucking Henry Cavill or if it's like
Leonardo
some absolute
DiCaprio,
legend.
Chris Evans.
Some alpha.
And if it were me, William Dafoe.
Yeah, I don't know if we can unpack that today.
Can you believe that?
That's insane.
Isn't that insane? And
that guy could play Gollum without the makeup. Are you kidding me? That's insane. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, she wrecked that home. And you know what? I'm not saying that this person doesn't have free will and he made his own decisions. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not...
Gives me hope.
But... but it's really... It kind of gives credibility to the rumors that go around about Ariana. Have you heard? It's a rumor. It's not true. It's a rumor. So I'm not...
What are the other...
I'm not starting gossip. I heard it. I didn't make this up. But
what are the other rumors?
Rumors. Because I need to clarify that because I'm just repeating things that I've seen over and over and over again on the internet, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
That she was having an affair with Jimmy Fallon. Did you hear that?
That makes more sense than that.
Right, but do you know what I mean? Like, I never believed a rumor. Like, why would she be with him? Yeah,
I heard Jimmy Fallon and Jim Carrey. Yeah.
See? Not to mention...
But it's a rumor. It's a rumor, though.
Those are salacious rumors.
I've seen them in write-ups.
Also, like, Pete Davidson, people still thought Pete Davidson was dating Cassie David when Ariana and him were spotted together, and it was like, oh no, they broke up 2 days ago, and it's like
she's
what?
going into a fucking cave and finding these like white men to date. Literally that. She went into a
look at that.
Yeah, she went into a fucking cave. And pulled out this fucking
And there's drama.
gem.
Do you remember when she dated Big Sean and there was Naya Riviera and there was a situation there? Like, it's a really bad look. I'm really...
Yeah, she's got a fucking
Not
type,
Ariana going after married men.
That's insane.
That's insane. I have an article.
What a lunatic.
Isn't that crazy? And it's really sad. It's really... That's so
it's
sad.
Awful. I feel bad for the wife and the child, that whole family being broken up.
I'm not going to say her name because she's a private figure. She's not a public figure. Why is Dad calling me? He's in the house downstairs. Are we too loud? Can he hear us?
Who cares?
Should I answer?
Yeah, answer. Put it on speakerphone.
All right. Dad, you're on speakerphone and we're recording a podcast, so anything you say is going to be on the internet.
Okay. You need to move your car.
Oh, Dad, no, we're recording. Can someone else move it? Can Mom move it?
I'm in pajamas still.
That's okay. We're in the driveway. No one's going to see her. We're upstairs recording a podcast.
For Christ's sake.
Help us
Where
out.
are you going? Where are you going?
I gotta go for my physical therapy for my shoulder. I gotta leave in a half hour. Will you be done with your podcast by then?
No, definitely not. Will Mom be in regular clothes? I don't know, but the longer you and I are on this phone call, we do like an hour, and we're only, how many minutes in are we? I can't even.
We're like 15 minutes in.
Yeah, we got another 45. Can we pause this so I can? Oh Christ! Can we pause this so I can go down, or is it gonna end recording?
No, let's just
Where's
pause.
your time?
I'll pause it.
All right, we're gonna pause it. I'll be right down, Dad. Oh,
Put it in the garage.
okay. All right, bye. Okay. Perks
Yeah.
of living with your parents. Dad
Yeah.
shouldn't even be driving.
No, he
The
shouldn't.
doctor never cleared him to drive.
He's gonna do what he wants when he wants. I mean,
You know, I intentionally park behind him to prevent him from driving. That's why I do that.
yeah.
And now he's calling me.
That's like Mackenzie throwing away the painkillers after 2 days.
Yeah. He moved my car the other day. Or was that you? Did you move my car in the
I
garage?
moved it, yeah.
Oh, because I was like, oh, he moved my car.
No, I moved it.
So he can drive a car, but he can't move my car?
Selfish.
He can drive his big Expedition, but he can't move my little Kia?
I don't know. He's a lot.
Oh my God, he's so much. All right, I will go down and move my car.
All right.
But hold on. Let me just
Okay,
finish.
all right.
I need to wrap up this Ariana story.
Yeah. Wrap it
It
up.
said, how did Ethan Slater's wife react to Ariana Grande dating her husband? Not so well. A source told Entertainment Tonight that she's devastated by the breakup. This is not the future she had in mind. She's been doing her best to get back on her feet. She's incredibly smart and driven, and she is truly the best mother. Another source told Page 6 that Jay was, well, I guess that's her name, completely blindsided by the relationship. It's horrible. They were high school sweethearts. They have a baby. She's a wreck. It's really not good. She feels completely abandoned by Slater and that he turned his back on his family.
Yeah.
Yikes. And now there's just a
100%.
giant poop stain all over the Wicked film because that's all I'm going to think about when I see it.
Yeah.
This man has been cast to play Bach, who plays Alphaba's love interest, the Green Witch.
Yeah.
He's her love interest. So I am not really even sure like how many
How the
scenes they're
fuck
even
does
in
that guy
together.
even get roles, dude? That guy looks like a gremlin.
He was nominated for a Tony for playing SpongeBob on Broadway in the
he looks
SpongeBob
like a
SquarePants the musical.
Looks like a troll.
I know.
I can't even believe that.
Can you even believe that?
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't
Looking at
make
those
sense.
two photos side by side,
Right?
not on your bingo card. There's no way.
No, my God.
There's no way. That's insane.
What I did have on my bingo card was Ari and Dalton getting a divorce. What I didn't have was this.
Yeah, the rebound. That's a rebound. If I've
Not
ever
just
seen
a
a
rebound, a home wrecking rebound.
Yeah, what a
A
bitch.
family with a baby.
Who hit on who? We don't know.
Oh God, we'll never know. We'll never know.
Yeah.
Like who knows? It
Have some self-control.
seriously. And if someone's going through it
That'd be tough.
and
though.
they were gonna get a divorce,
I'm
let's
not
say.
gonna lie. As a guy, if Ariana Grande was hitting on me,
But and you were
that
married with
would
a baby,
be-
and you were married with a baby. Really?
That's true. I mean, yeah,
And you had a
that's true.
family. It's
Yeah.
good. Divorce your wife then.
I'd have to set boundaries immediately.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look, I know I'm hot shit. I know you want all this.
I know
but
you're
you
into
can't have
carrot
it.
tops, but
So we're only speaking when there's someone else in the room. Yeah.
seriously. All right, now we have to pause the podcast so I can
All
move
right,
my
we'll
car.
be back in 5 seconds.
But
We're
you're not even
pausing
going to feel the
podcast.
break because there's no
You're not
commercials
even
because
gonna
we have
know-
no sponsors.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. And a break from our sponsor. Okay.
We're back. Sorry for the break. I'm still sucking wind from running up the stairs. That's why we're going to the gym.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, the Ethan Slater Ariana Grande story is just big yikes.
Yeah, big yikes.
Big ol' yikes.
That's insane to
That's
me.
embarrassing. Oh yeah, I'm back on that Miranda Lambert.
Yeah.
I guess LL Cool J weighed in. And
Oh, what did he have to say?
quote for quote, he said, "Get over it, baby."
Yeah, good. LL
Like,
Cool J.
get
coming
over
in.
yourself.
Yeah, get over it.
Get over yourself. Not you popping the beach ball. We're here to listen to country music, and I'm singing country music. Okay, take a breath.
Yeah.
Calm down.
What a bitch. That really like.
It actually kind of bothers me
that
because
grinds my gears.
I
pretty
really
bad.
like her music, and every time it comes on my Spotify now, I'm like, I sing along, and I'm like, oh, Miranda Lambert. I'm like, oh, she's kind of a bitch. And then I
she
click
is.
next.
She sucks.
And then some people were like siding with her and made T-shirts and wore it to her residency. That's like, here to listen to country music, not take selfies or something. And then I saw a TikTok
What a
of
loser.
someone who said they were in the front row and they took a selfie video of her performing, and it's like, I came to Vegas to take the most dangerous selfie of all time.
I love it. Yeah, that's good. I like that person.
So we get a first look at American Horror Story Season 12, Delicate, featuring Emma Roberts, Cara Delevingne, and Kim Kardashian.
So what's
Kim Kardashian!
So what's the basis?
Do you know what that's from?
No.
This girl, before we get into the story, this girl, Michaela, she's from Boston.
Oh, okay.
And I guess she has a wicked thick accent, but I
Yeah.
think it's like a little dramatized for like comedic.
Is she the one that does the Dunkin' Donuts TikToks?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh,
Is
okay.
she?
No, there's some woman that does Dunkin' Donut TikToks.
No, this
That's
girl's
hilarious.
like younger than me, around our age, but
right,
in like
yeah.
mid-20s,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
And she made a video that was like, Kim Kardashian had the best makeup at the Met Gala, and I'm going to create it. But she opened the video with, Kim Kardashian had this sing, and it became like an audio trend that everyone started and people were playing the audio for their
love it.
animals, and their cats would like jump 10 feet in the air, and people were like, what are you doing? Like, some women would play it for their husbands in bed, and they'd be like, can you stop? Like, they
That's
didn't know
so
what it was.
good. I love
But
it.
now every time I say Kim Kardashian, I go, Kim Kardashian, and it's...
Like you just smoked a pack of Marlboros.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally. And there's like
That's
this whole
funny.
debate on the internet of whether or not her accent's real. And I'm like, being from here, people do talk like that. I don't know if she does, but like, whatever.
Oh yeah, some of the Boston accents that I have to hear when I'm on construction sites and shit are like, where did you grow up?
Yeah, where are you from?
Where did you come from? It's
Sounded
so
like
good.
you came right from The Departed.
Literally. You came right out of the Boston Harbor, and then all of a sudden, that's what you sound like. It's unbelievable.
Arthur Shea.
Arthur Shea.
Arthur Shea. It ain't gonna be me and you and your sister and Shine up on that fucking hill.
Playing house up there. Get that through your fucking head. Yeah.
You want to see me? Visit me in Florida.
Visit me in Florida. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so good. Florida.
Oh, that movie is so
That's
good.
funny.
Did you see the trailer for the American Horror Story?
I saw like the little snippet of it. What's it about? Like, do you
We
know?
kind of don't know yet. It's not like a legit trailer. Oh wait,
just-
yes I do.
they
I
showed
do.
the looks.
No, I think it has to do with what is it? Rosemary's Baby. That movie, that horror film.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it has to do with like children and babies and mothers and baby. I don't know.
Because they look like they look dolled up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Kim,
Yeah, they
Emma,
look
and
so
Cara.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
actually very excited.
I can see why. Like, you're a big makeup person and you do like
Oh,
makeup on movies, so that probably was like immediately like, ooh.
Immediately, ooh. Also, I'm obsessed with American Horror Story. It's my favorite television show of all
Yeah,
time.
that's
I've
true.
watched almost the only season I didn't watch air live was the last season.
Okay.
It was like kind of too real, and it was like
I saw
was kinda
the
scary.
one about the writer. He was a writer and he lived on like Provincetown.
oh, on Cape
P-Town.
Cod, yes.
Yeah, he lived in P-Town,
That
and that's where
was-
like all like these crazy like big artists like reside to in the winter, and they like take this pill to make them like super
Yes.
creative. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that. And that was cool.
That one was the season. That was
like
the
2 seasons ago. Yeah.
And that was the one where it was, what was it called? It was like a split episode where they did 2 seasons in one season. So the first 5 episodes were that,
Yeah.
and the second 5 were like about aliens, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
That
I
is
loved
cool.
it. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this new season
Yeah,
of
there's a
American
lot
Horror
of good
Story.
actors in that
and
series.
I'm excited.
I saw the clown one too. About
Oh yeah.
that one was fucking terrifying. Finn Wittrock is actually a really good underrated actor in my mind. He's from Massachusetts.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's from like Western Mass. I want to say like Springfield.
Yeah, he's that entire. I mean, every actor they get to play in that show
Know who
is
could
so
play
amazing.
like Finn Wittrock like a double for Finn?
Who?
Jack.
Yes,
Like he has the bone structure, the
Yes.
face, like the hair, everything.
Everything.
He could be Finn Wittrock's like stand-in like double. He could even play him
yeah,
for
100%.
sure, 100%.
I just recently started watching American Horror Stories,
Yeah.
which is their mini series.
Yeah.
Really spooky, really good,
Yeah.
spooky ooky.
Man, the people that created that just fucking rolling in it. I love it.
Yeah, actually,
that.
I don't know if what I had heard is that Ryan Murphy crossed the picket lines and doesn't give a shit.
Well, he's made so much money anyways.
But you can get blacklisted from the union and never work a union project again. So all of the actors who cross the picket line to work on his projects, if he hasn't gotten SAG-AFTRA approved, might risk their unionship, and you actually need unionship to work on stuff, and they like. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to really get too deep into it.
Yeah, we won't.
But how crazy! Also, what I had heard, speaking of the strike, A24 has been given passes by SAG-AFTRA and approval to go ahead and continue filming because they've agreed to all of the things that SAG-AFTRA is asking for. Okay. And A24 was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Okay. And they were like, okay, so all of the actors working on those projects have gotten like a written consent from SAG to work on those projects so they can still work. I mean, people who are working for independent films that are agreeing to what the strike is asking for are allowed to work.
Yeah. Well, it's a good time. I mean, it's a good time for those independent companies to adhere to that because now they're making a name for themselves and they're getting like basically first come first serve on all this like stuff that they want to get approved.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that A24, which is an independent film company, has the finances to abide by and pay everyone what SAG is asking for, but like Sony, Paramount, Warner Brothers, billion-dollar studios, you just made a comment to me about Netflix, like, won't.
Yeah, well...
Isn't that crazy? Like, do you really think that the strike is asking for that much if these independently, barely funded studios are able to adhere to the requirements?
On the outside looking in, A24 being an independent film company, technically, like A24 has been around for a very long time.
I know.
And they make a lot of really, really good movies.
But they're independent.
So when you're dealing with Paramount, you're dealing with some of these big studios, think about all the mouths that you have to feed, technically. You know what I mean? Like you have, they're stock companies. Like you have shareholders. You have corporate people that have equity in the company. They're not feeding them
because you just made a comment to me about how much money the CEO of Netflix is making.
You have so many. That's another entirely different thing. But like, you have so many mouths to feed in the sense of the people running the business, not so much the actors and the writers. And when it comes to money, a lot of people don't want to take a pay cut because they're not necessarily involved with the process. They looked at it as like investing in maybe like a tech company where it's like, all right, I'm going to give you $1 million and you're just starting out and you blow it up into being this big thing like Paramount where it's massive. Like now it's like, okay, like, well, the actors and the writers don't want to work anymore because of blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And we're looking to like, you know, give you a pay cut, basically.
So what I'm saying is no one's getting a pay cut. The studios are just taking all of the money for themselves for these 6 high up people. So all the mouths you're talking about feeding will never affect their check. They'll never get a pay cut by giving the people what they're asking for. Their checks will never get cut. No one has to downgrade. Instead of the CEOs making $10 billion, maybe they make $9 billion. That's what I'm saying.
So like the CEOs, they're not making that much, but like the CEO of Netflix, the CEOs are making like $50 million.
Okay, so maybe you make $49 million a year.
Which is like ridiculous. In my mind, yeah. Like,
are you fucking kidding? $50 million a year is so much money, Barrett.
So I'm not arguing with you. I'm just giving you like what like a business mindset is going through because although these people work in a creative industry, they're not the creatives. They're the people behind the business pulling the strings and making all these deals, sitting in on all these meetings, going over contracts, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's the stuff that they do. So looking at it from a business mindset, they feel that they're entitled, like, you're given $50 million. Like, these people are in this position and in the position as a CEO because they are ruthless, because they are cutthroat, and because they are super intense people. And when it comes to money, it's like...
I understand what your reasoning is, but...
That's the bottom line for them.
I know.
You know?
But that's why we're striking, because we're like, fuck you, that's wrong. You're making $50 million a year, and some of these people who are working on your set can't even afford to eat. So all these people who all the mouths are to feed, their checks aren't getting affected. The only people whose checks is going to get affected are these big CEOs. Oh, you have to make $40 million a year instead of $50 million? Cry yourself to sleep. No one fucking cares.
I get it. I mean,
I can't,
I'm not arguing with you.
No, I know you're not, but your explanation, it just just like further proves the point as to why there's a strike going on.
I get it, and I agree. I think that they should. I think that they should make less and get paid more.
I know why it's happening, and it's not even like making less. Like they're not going to be able to feed themselves. They're not going to have their 10 vacation homes and their yachts, and they're still going to have access to all of the things. It's really it's such a drop in the bucket for these major studios. I know it's a drop
in the bucket, but at the same time, think about their mindset of how they got into that position.
I know it is, and they're wrong.
A lot of them don't want to negotiate. A lot of them don't want to sit down with some people that are creatives, and all they care about is basically, I want to put out the best project and the best art that I can, where all these other people that are behind the scenes, the CEOs, CFOs, all those guys are like, I just care about the bottom line. I just want to make it work.
I know why this has happened. You don't have to explain to me why it's happening. It doesn't make it...
I think they should cut 20% of their pay. I agree. I mean, the Disney guy, the CEO of Disney is making like $39 million. Cut 20% of that. That pays for everyone tenfold every year.
And when you have happy people, they do happy, good work, and then you make even more money.
I get it.
And then you don't have to... Then your revenue will be even higher.
Yeah.
Because you have a bunch of happy people that are financially compensated for their work.
The smart way to do it, the smart way for them to do it would be, okay, we're making this project, right? Let's take our project, for example. We're going to be making this project, right? And if it was picked up by like a Paramount or picked up by like a Warner Brothers, whatever, if I'm the CEO, I'd be like, okay, well, if we can't, like, it's basically your work is dictated, your pay is dictated on how well you do your work. So what we're going to do is the studio is going to take less of a percentage in residuals, and we're going to give out more percentages to the background actors, the actual actors, and the writers. So it forces them to do better work and be like, okay, like, we got to do really good work here or else we're not going to get long-term residuals.
Yeah.
And our goal should be like, we want residuals that are going to pay us 10, 20, 30 years down the road when people just be like, I love this movie, I got to watch it.
But also, then how do we transition? That's another thing that there's conversations around. How do you transition into residuals in a world of streaming?
You can track the views on streaming, correct?
The science of it, they said if they actually released the views on streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, they are so much lower than what people think. And if they did release it and make it public info, they would lose advertisers and lose investors.
But they don't need to make it public info. You could just track it within your own company and then dictate, like, and then give out a percentage of, like, and it may be just like cents on the dollar, but if Stranger Things has been watched a billion times, and you're giving out 25 cents spread out to all the people that have worked on that particular series, dictated into percentages, then that's a lot of friggin' money.
Right, and that's what they should be doing.
$250 million split up between all the people that worked on that show, and you may have different percentages, like the director or the Duffer Brothers would get more than the Grip guy,
of course,
but everyone's still getting paid.
Right, exactly.
So you're giving up, you're not investing as much money into the people right out of the gate and testing that theory of being like, I hope this is a good project, like crossing your fingers. What you're doing is you're giving the minimum amount, essentially, to get these people to work and do good work, but incentivizing them to make it really, really good so a lot of people will watch it. That's my point.
Yeah.
So it's less stress on the company that's producing it, and it incentivizes your employees to do a good job.
Right, and all that money that we just talked about...
That's how it should be done.
I agree with you. All that money that you just talked about will never... That's what all these CEOs and owners and people are keeping for themselves based on the investors and advertisers, and why people give money to which shows and which and all that is being kept for themselves, which is like, that's a whole... Like, that's the issue, I guess. That's what you just explained. All of it in a nutshell is like the issue at hand.
No, I agree. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that CEOs are going to make that much money. Like, dude, there are tech companies, tech billionaires, companies that the CEOs aren't making that much money. Like, not even close.
Yeah.
Like, bankers, Wall Street people, yeah, they'll make like $100 million a year, but their whole life and goal is to make turn that $1 into $5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is creativity. This is art. I get that you have to do a business, but that well is going to dry up if you keep doing it with this system, or someone else is going to come along with a streaming platform with the method that I just gave you, and that CEO's like, you know what, I don't really give a fuck about money. I just feel like I want to put out good creative content, and I think everyone deserves a little bit of money and to feed their family and so on and so forth.
So that we can have people continue to participate in this industry, to continue to participate, to make good film and good television.
And grow the creativity and good television. Like, instead, and if I'm the CEO and I came up with that method right there, anyone who's listening, hire me, I got you. And instead of me taking $50 million, I'll take 15 and put the rest back into this company to pay these people to exclusively work for me and exclusively come up with good projects and incentivize them and give them each 1%.
Yeah.
That 1% could turn into $500,000, $1 million over your career that you just work 3 months and now you just keep getting checks in the mail. I think they do it with actors, they do it with writers a lot, but start doing it across the board, and it lessens the stress on the company that's producing it, and it incentivizes your employees to do really, really good work and focus on what they want to do. That's the best way to do it. That's how big companies do it. That's why they have sales positions.
Right.
You pay them a minimum, and then you incentivize being like, hey, you meet this quota, you get a bonus. You meet this quota, you get even more of a bonus. Like, that's how you do it. That's how they should do it.
Wait, Okay, this is the article. So, you're a writer. So this is gonna I saw something once about this is the title. Squid Game's creator, I'm not that rich. It's not like Netflix paid me a bonus. So, do you remember how much money Netflix, the smash hit survival drama has earned Netflix $650 million, is that dollars or euros? Euros.
Okay.
So that's, what's the exchange rate?
I want to say the US dollar is a little bit higher than the euro.
So if you exchanged it, would it be more money?
Let's call it
$1 billion?
No, let's call it like $750 million. Okay.
But the stress of making it cost the writer six teeth. What? He hasn't been paid any extra. He reveals the family disaster that inspired his hyper-violent capitalism satire. Let's see. Hold on, let me get to the part of this article. Oh, yeah, so everyone thinks it made him, really successful and rich, and it didn't.
Well, I'm not sure how the contract is set up with Netflix, but if Netflix was to, he wasn't a household name yet, correct? Mm-hmm. So, he didn't really have a lot of pull at that point. And he had this really good show where it's okay, I just want to see this thing get made. And I can understand that coming from a writer. How long have I been trying to get my screenplays made? At this point, I'd be okay, just give me a flat minimum and then give me some residuals. My mindset going in, since I relatively know the business and have worked in it, I would be pushing for less money up front, more money on the back end. All day, every day. If you believe in your work and you believe it's going to be a success, then that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd be give me
thing.
Instead of 100,000, give me 50,000 and then give me 10% residual on the back end across the board.
Could it be possible, because I don't know what the writers are asking for, could it be possible that what they're asking for is, regardless of what's in the contract, if the show goes over this much, or they're asking studios, if we make you $650 million, we do need to see some residuals, and you do have to pay for every extra million, we get this percent for every extra.
Yeah, anything you can write into a contract for sure. They definitely could. I just don't think a lot of times the creatives for this industry, right? The creative people that do all the writing and create the shows, whatever, they don't have that business mindset of asking those questions. For example, Rebel Wilson, the actress, and Gerard Butler are both lawyers. Or Gerard Butler's not a lawyer, but he went to law school, so he knows a little bit. Mm-hmm. Rebel Wilson's a full-on lawyer. She's licensed, passed the bar, all that stuff. And she said, going through and into Hollywood and, doing all these things, she would look over the contracts, with her agents. and like understand like what is being asked of me, like how much am I getting paid on the back end, how much am I getting paid up front. And she even said like a lot of times they would just try to fleece you. Like they're trying to get the best deal, and like whenever you go into a deal with negotiating, like it's negotiations for a reason. Like you want, like, no one's super happy with a deal at the end of the day. They should be like met in the middle, you know what I mean? Like no one's ecstatic with the deal. It's a fucking deal. So I think a lot of these creatives don't have that mindset of asking those hard questions and being like, man, I don't, or saying no.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have a name in Hollywood, like.
But I do just think that this story about Squid Games further proves the point that people who were like, all these people in Hollywood with all their money, these writers, and they're striking, like the writer of the biggest show that ever aired on Netflix in the globe.
Hollywood
made what he made off the contract and nothing more, and Netflix took 100% of the profit.
I agree.
So like I just don't think people understand that.
I think people need to go start asking those hard questions.
Which is, if this was a cable show, there would be residuals involved.
Yeah.
Which is, that's inherently where the issue lies.
And like TV shows may just try to go pitch to cable first from now on.
But like no one watches cable.
Still, if you got a good show though, I mean, no one watched AMC until Breaking Bad was on.
Breaking Bad was on AMC?
Yeah. FX? No one watched those shows until like.
I watched FX. I was an FX girly.
Well, like a lot of people didn't.
That's where
like,
American Horror Story is.
Exactly. So like, why you come up with an
Sons of Anarchy?
So Sons of Anarchy. I never watched FX until like Sons of Anarchy, and then I just tuned into Sons of Anarchy and watched it all the time. And then it trickled down to American Horror Story. But
in this day and age, I don't have cable. I get those shows through a streaming service now because I don't have cable. I haven't had cable since 2017. So every time I access FX, it's through Hulu.
So FX and Hulu probably have a deal together.
I wonder what that deal is. Like, you go back and like,
I wonder what that deal is.
Everyone our age, like.
So let's say like AMC. So Breaking Bad is on Netflix.
Okay.
But Breaking Bad initially started on AMC. Uh-huh. So Netflix and AMC probably have a deal where it's like, okay, you can stream Breaking Bad, but you have to pay us. And in turn, paying us through AMC, the people, the AMC are probably giving out residuals to, like, you know, Vince Gilligan, the guy who created Breaking Bad, and like, you know, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, and some of those other people. Like, that's probably the deal that's been made.
And then to take it even a step further, I wonder, instead of buying it for Netflix, are they renting it? And they're like, we're going to put it on our platform, and we're going to charge you, like, we're going to pay you this much to have it on the platform, and then we're going to count how many streams it has, and then based on the streams and how many times people watch it, we're going to give you even more money, because that would be true residuals. Like, say they bought it for, like, let's make it real simple, like $5.
Yeah.
Or better, $100. Like, and people watch it 1 billion times.
Yeah.
They just got $100. It's not a fair amount of residuals. So I wonder how that deal went down. Like, it's so streaming, the future, technology. Ugh.
I know.
The evolution of technology has just complicated the structure of how we pay people in the entertainment industry and how everything is designed. Like, it completely needs to be redesigned in order for people to be fairly compensated. Or the only people who are ever going to get a big check is a CEO. So why would you go be an actor or a writer? Why don't you just slit throats and go be a CEO and start a company and just break all the necks of the people beneath you? What's the benefit of being in the creative when you can just start a production company and not pay anyone? Like, then,
I get it. No, I get it. I get everything that you're saying. Like, it's just...
It's crazy.
It's one of those things where it's like, you know, the Netflix higher-ups and all these, like, higher-ups at these streaming platforms are like, we're not going to let the poor people fucking dictate how this is going to be run, and it's working for us, so fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally how they think, and they're fucking intense people. They're Wall Street people in movies. They're the Wall Street of cinema. The CEOs of all these platforms.
Burn them to the ground.
Literally,
no, I'm just kidding.
We're not going to let the peasants dictate how this is going to run.
But you have nothing to run without the peasants. So there is the circle. There is that never-ending circle.
And I'm glad that they are doing this strike, because that's going to make them feel the heat. That's going to make them feel the effect, being like, fuck, we're scrambling for new content. Like, what the fuck?
I think Variety was...
Or else they're going to come up with dog shit movies. Like, dude, they come up with so many shitty movies that a fucking toddler could write. Like, the dialogue is so bad. It's just like, honestly, the amount of dialogue in some of these movies could, like, 5 pages. Yeah. And it's all like action, all this other crap. Like, yeah, I love a good action, cheesy movie, but like the good movies that have depth are the ones that carry throughout decades. Mm. You know what I mean? Like, and those are the ones that you should strive to make. Not fucking, you know, like I said last time, like Terminator.
No,
5 lines. There's 5 lines in Terminator.
I love the Terminator, though. I love those movies.
Not Terminator. Not Terminator. Terminator's awesome.
What were you talking
about? Don't hang
Take it all back. I take it all back. I take it all back.
Yeah, I take it all back.
Transformers?
That's okay. Yeah, all right, Transformers. Good, not Terminator. I love Terminator.
I was like, I love the Terminator. What are you saying?
Internet, don't kill me.
I'll be back. That's okay. You apologize.
But... like, that's the stuff that you should be striving to make. Not stuff that it's like, I get bored with it. I don't really want to watch it. Like Fast and the Furious. Fuck.
Oh my God. Boring.
The first fucking 3 Fast and the Furious were awesome. And now it's like fucking Vin Diesel, like, driving across a highway that's a bridge, and there's another highway bridge right next to it going the other way, and he fucking gets on the top of his car going 120 miles an hour, hits the bank, leaps off the car.
No!
Leaps off the car, saves a woman midair, and then lands safely on the other car and gives her, like, a sensual kiss. Like, dude,
that's so...
Stop it. Like, come up with something else. It's turned into Mission Impossible. It turned into Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But, like, Mission Impossible is cool. Like, Mission Impossible is more realistic.
And do you know why it's cool?
Because, like, Dom Toretto in Fast and the Furious, a fucking LA fucking race car driving gangster, all of a sudden turns into, like, fucking Jack Ryan. Like, no.
Yeah, what is that?
That doesn't happen.
But Mission Impossible is cool because, like we said last time, Tom Cruise does his own stunts.
Exactly.
And that's so cool.
And the backstory of it, too, is that, like, it's Ethan Hunt. He's fucking CIA, FBI, fucking the 3-letter government... you know,
he's all of them.
Agencies all in one, and like that's his backstory. He's trained in it.
The FBI, the CIA,
all of it. But like, you get Dom Toretto, who's a fucking LA gangster, and all of a sudden now he's like jumping out of planes, fucking in Antarctica, driving like fucking tanks and shit with The Rock. Like, what are you doing?
It's gone too far.
Oh, it's way too far. It should have been ended fucking 6 movies ago.
Yeah, some people just don't know when to call it quits.
Oh, it's unreal. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God, speaking of movies.
What?
The ballots are in, and one girl had to win. She's perky, she's fun, and now she's number 1. It's Barbie! Barbie!
Is that from the movie? Did you watch? Have you gone to the movies yet?
No, I haven't. Dude, you don't know what that's from? The ballots are in.
No.
And what?
Oh, Mean Girls?
No, Bring It On.
Oh, Bring It On.
It's Torrance. You're Captain Torrance when Torrance becomes a cheer captain.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, Barbenheimer opening weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbie and Oppenheimer opened this weekend, and they broke records.
I'm glad.
Me too.
I'm glad that they had 2 movies going head to head.
Oh my God! I thought you were gonna say I'm glad they had each other.
Well, I am.
I am. I'm so happy.
You have Barbie, who's essentially that's the release of Superman or Batman.
Yeah.
For females. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And then you have Oppenheimer, which appeals to. It's a Christopher Nolan project, which everyone knows Christopher Nolan. Like, he's an absolute legend in movies. And when you have one of his movies, and then you have, you know, Greta Gerwig, who's, you know, to her respect, is a really good filmmaker.
Yeah.
Female filmmaker, which you really don't see a lot that get this much cred. And, you know, she's doing that Barbie movie. Like, you appeal to the masses when you have both of them going.
I totally agree.
And the movie industry and like the cinema industry, the people who own movie theaters, like, they needed this.
Yes.
They absolutely needed this.
What a beautiful thing to see. I don't think that these two films in any way took away from each other. I think, if anything, they complemented each other really beautifully because they're so different. It kind of feels like there's something for everyone. Does it not?
No, it does. And like,
it really does.
And the cast of both movies and all the interviews saying, because that was a hot question, being like, well, what do you think? Like, do you think Oppenheimer's going to do as well as Barbie or vice versa? And like Margot Robbie, Cillian Murphy, Matt Damon, who's in Oppenheimer, all of them, you know, in both movies were like, I'm probably going to go see Oppenheimer this weekend. Or
yeah,
like,
I'm going to go see Barbie.
Cillian Murphy and Matt Damon were like, we're probably going to go see Barbie.
Yeah, like I'm in Oppenheimer. I know what it's about. I'm going to see Barbie.
It's like so they were like helping each other.
Yeah.
And that was like the coolest thing to me.
Yes.
Because a lot of times it can be like, well, I don't want them to, you know.
Yeah, outshine my movie.
Exactly.
And my movie better win. And that was the culture of Hollywood. And I think the post-COVID era is like, let's get people back in theaters. Let's get people back into the culture of movie going. A lot of people haven't been going to the movies because of, you know, what's been going on with the pandemic.
No, for sure.
But the numbers have rolled in and I do want to review them. Amazing, amazing, amazing for both. Well, do you want to start with Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Let's start with Oppenheimer because I feel like Barbie won that battle.
Okay. Oppenheimer had a $100 million budget. Domestically, it made $82.5 million and internationally made $98 million. So altogether, it made $180 million on opening weekend.
Wow.
So it paid back its money and then made $80 million. It was only opening weekend.
Yeah.
Barbie and Oppenheimer are actually the biggest opening weekend for a film in American history that's not a Disney movie sequel.
Wow.
So technically, it is the biggest opening weekend for a movie in American history that doesn't have to involve Disney.
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing? I do have the article.
Dude, have you seen the film? Have you seen the film reel? Like, know how they have the old film reels that you put in? Have you seen the one for Oppenheimer?
Oh, it's huge.
It's
the biggest thing I've ever...
It could take up that wall.
No, literally. No, it's the size of the whole wall. I did see a TikTok or like an Instagram video about it.
It's unreal. It's so good.
Let's see. I do have the other... Okay, here's the sentence. This means together... Oh, wait. Let me go over Barbie's numbers and I'll read it.
Okay.
Barbie was number 1 at the box office. Woo!
Yep.
It is the first time in American history also that a female-directed film was number 1 at the box office. It is the highest-grossing opening weekend for a female director.
Yep.
It cost $145 million to make. That was their budget.
Yep.
Domestically, it made $162 million, and internationally, it made $194.3 million. Altogether, it made $356.3 million opening weekend.
What was the 182 million? You said 182 million.
Internationally, so it made altogether, Oppenheimer alone, made $180 million.
Yeah, you were talking about Oppenheimer.
Yeah, we were talking about Oppenheimer. So Oppenheimer alone pulled in $180 million.
Yeah, everyone was at the movie.
And Barbie alone, altogether, internationally and domestically, pulled in $356.3 million opening weekend. So let me read you this paragraph.
That's insane.
That means together, the phenomenon known as Barbenheimer has made $511 million worldwide, which $235.5 million of which was earned domestically, enough to make this the 4th highest grossing weekend in American history, and the only one of those 4 weekends not driven by a Disney-released sequel. The openings of Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and Star Wars The Force Awakens occupy the number 1, 2, and 3 slots, respectively.
That's unreal.
Unbelievable. Who would have thought that a little doll named Barbie and the man that made the atomic bomb would bring the biggest opening weekend in American history?
2 of the most opposite things you could possibly think of.
But I think that's why it worked.
Yeah, it is. That's why it worked. Definitely. And the camaraderie that both teams on these movies showed. Being like, you're going to release that weekend, I'm going to release that weekend. Let's have a good time. Let's watch each other's movies. Let's see how it turns out. I'm excited. You're excited. Like, let's go. And that's how it should be. It should be like that. Like, you should be excited. You should be excited for like your coworker that just landed a big deal. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it was.
Because they're all coworkers, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. You all have to eat from the same trough. Like, that's what it's like. And
they did it for the industry.
Yeah. And
they truly believe in the culture and community of filmmaking and movie theaters, and that's what they did it for. It wasn't about who's best. It wasn't about who's going to be number one. It was about how can we unite the world? How can we bring the world together in a movie theater? It reminds me of that Nicole Kidman advertisement about the movies. Have you heard it?
No.
You haven't heard it? I'll play it for you after, about Showcase Cinemas, and it was like, we come to learn. We come to... It's like so dramatic, but it's all about just like going to the movies.
Yeah. It's like, what's her name with the dogs? Adopting the dogs.
Oh, what?
What's her name? Alanis Morissette? Is that her?
Oh, yes. It's just like that. In the eyes. Yeah.
Saddest commercial on the planet. That's awesome, though.
It's so awesome. A little bit more of the article. I'm reading this article from Vanity Fair. But those stats undersell what really was and is special about Barbenheimer. Heavily marketed as both these films have been, their massive success feels like an organic phenomenon driven by actual enthusiasm from actual people. What a concept. Yes, Barbie is based off an IP. Barbie is based on IP. What does that mean? IP? And so, in a sense, is Oppenheimer. Both films are nevertheless idiosyncratic, auteur-driven projects and are not sort of high-octane action franchise continuations studios seem to believe are the only sort of movie capable of making big money anymore.
Exactly.
That's exactly what you were saying.
Yeah.
Both are also being received better than most wannabe blockbusters. Critics, including Vanity Fair's, have reacted warmly to each film, while audiences have given each film an A cinema score.
I love it.
I just think it's amazing. I'm really proud of Barbie. I'm happy for Barbie. I'm happy for Oppenheimer. I'm going to see both. I know that your idea was see Oppenheimer, then palate cleanse with Barbie. I think it would be a disservice to Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer is a film you need to sit with. You can't just like go see Barbie after Oppenheimer. Like, you need to go sit with that. You need to be alone with your thoughts. I think you should see Barbie, hype yourself up, and then you should get lost in the sauce of Oppenheimer, and then you should go home and pray on it. I think it's not one of those films, like...
Have a sit-down discussion about
seriously.
it. I agree.
That is something that needs to be, like, have many discussions over dinner. It needs to be digested. Like, I don't think Barbie... Like, I can digest that quickly. I'm going to reminisce on it, but, like, I'm going to see them on 2 separate days. I can't spend that many hours in a movie theater, but I am going to see them both in a movie theater because I feel passionately about experiencing both of them in a theater.
Every time someone brings up Oppenheimer, I think of that meme.
Of Barbie?
About Willem Dafoe in that movie looking up. That sicko who registered for the front row seat, and he's just looking up, and then the bomb explodes and just...
Yeah, I always think when I hear Barbenheimer, I think of Barbie and Cillian Murphy's character, and they're shaking hands. And Barbie has her cowboy hat on, and Cillian Murphy has his... It's like a cartoon kind of, and they're like shaking hands. I love that. I love that we've made it one Barbenheimer weekend.
Yeah, Barbenheimer.
Long-lived Barbenheimer weekend.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's going to be my Bachelorette theme one day. Barbenheimer.
Yeah. Barbenheimer.
It's Barbie themed, but Oppenheimer energy. It's atomic bomb.
But atomic bomb energy,
Yeah. Barbie themed atomic bomb energy.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's going to be my first kid's name, weekend. Barbenheimer.
That should be every weekend.
Yeah, send it.
So what else? What else do you got for us?
That was just really exciting.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you want to go over Emmy nominations?
Yes.
Okay.
Go over them. Read them off.
Wait. Before we do Emmy nominations, I do want to mention a show I started watching that I had been watching, forgot, then rewatched again, and remembered why I loved the show so much.
Oh yeah, you were telling me
Umbrella
about this
Academy.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It's actually really good. And you know why it's good?
Why?
Because of why you think shows are good. Because of the characters.
Good.
The characters, it is so funny. They are so well developed. The actors they've casted to play the characters are so good at their parts. The dynamic and relationships between the characters, it's amazing.
Yeah, so another point to that too, it's like going back to Hollywood and like why you need these creatives in such a big way is that there's a process to making a good movie. It's not just, oh, let's hire Quentin Tarantino and then he'll figure it out. Like, no. Or like Martin Scorsese or like, Christopher Nolan or all these guys. Like, they have a team of people that they've trusted to make the best stuff that they possibly can. Like Guy Ritchie movies are my favorite.
I don't want to be dumb, but who is that?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Madison. So he's written...
What's up, Guy?
So he's written Rock and Rolla. He writes like British gangster movies. So he's written Rock and Rolla. He's written Snatch.
Oh, I've seen that.
He's done 2 of the Sherlock Holmes movies, I feel like. But he has really good dialogue. He's a very good director. And he has very good editing. He's used the same editor since he made his first film at 19, which is Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which is like his first film or whatever. And then they did Snatch after that. And then he became like a big name and started doing a lot of these bigger projects. But like a lot of these guys and a lot of these directors have teams of people that only those people they trust. All the way from casting director down to editor, down to assistant director, down the line. And a lot of these executives are like, oh, let's just get fucking, Christopher Nolan with Timothy Chalamet starring. Like, that'll make enough money. It's like, no. Like, you can't fucking do that. Mm-hmm. And even the actors are probably like, what the fuck am I doing, like, on this movie set? Like, this is gonna fucking ruin my career.
Yeah, why am I here?
You know what I mean? Like, am I just here for a paycheck, or am I here to do what I set out to do and why I became an actor? Because if you became an actor just for the money, you're never going to be a good actor. You won't.
Period.
You won't.
Period.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And like a lot of these studio executives are like, oh, let's just attach these big names, even though it's not going to fucking work.
Even though it doesn't work, even though the chemistry isn't there. Like, there's a reason why certain actors keep getting cast in the same projects together.
Yeah.
There's a reason why...
they've built teams. Like Seth Rogen has a team. And he does movies with those same people.
And Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler is a perfect example. He's a perfect example of it. Every time I go into an Adam Sandler movie, it's like, okay, like, I know what to expect almost. But at the same time, none of those characters, or none of his friends that he has as playing characters are like, not cast in a good way. Or not cast in a way that's like, I don't see this person playing this character.
Even with love interests, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, they've done at least 2 films together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're
there's
good.
there's tons of people who it's not Ryan Reynolds, Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
It's because there's a reason why. There's good chemistry. Like, you have to go with chemistry casting.
But at the same time, you're not gonna like see them in a role that's like, that it's just like, like there's probably like a dozen other female actresses that could play this part better than Jennifer Lawrence. You know what I mean? Like, even though you could probably think of 1 or 2, it's like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is actually a really good person in this role in Silver Linings Playbook with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Or like she's really good in American Hustle, even though she's not the love interest of Bradley Cooper. Right. She is the love interest of Christian Bale. And it's like, oh yeah, sure, fucking, a couple other females could have played that role in American Hustle, but Jennifer Lawrence does a really good job in it. So I'm not upset with that.
Yeah.
Like, movies where I do get upset with the casting is something that's so, like, you just think to yourself, like, why the fuck did this person sign up for this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it happens all the time now. It's just like, let's attach a big name and just fucking throw money at it. It's like, no. That's why the CEOs of these major streaming companies are doing this shit. It's like, no. Why don't you go through the process and get good people to do their job, because
even
it's
if
a
they're a
trickle-down
no-name.
effect.
That's why this show, The Umbrella Academy, is good, because to be honest, there's only, I think, one actor that I recognized.
Yeah.
In every single one of the actors. It was my personally first time seeing them.
Yep.
And I can't really put them in anything else. I'll have to look up their IMDb's to see what else they were in.
Yeah.
But that's why it works so well, and it's so organic, and I really recommend watching it. It's actually really funny too. It has a lot of comedy.
I'll have to watch
But
it.
it's a bit of action, a bit of comedy. It's really good. I think you would really love it.
But it just like that type of stuff, like it bugs me, because a lot of these people are like, oh yeah, let's make a movie and just get a director and then get an actor that's well known and we'll just make a bunch of money. It's like, no.
Yeah, no,
it's like,
it's not
dude,
how it
there's
works.
so much more to that line that you have to go through and make sure that they're up to snuff, that they know what the
Snuff.
fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Literally, like, you have a bad script, you have a bad director and a bad script, you're
Nothing
fucked.
can save you.
Nothing can save you.
You can't be saved.
You need to have a good script over a good director.
Yeah.
It goes script, director, editor.
No matter how good a director is, you
Those
can't
are
make
the
a bad
three.
script good.
Yeah, those are the three major things in my mind. Script first, director second, that's like right brain, left brain. And then you have a really good editor that can put it all together. And then casting is massive.
Yeah.
You need to be able to cast well. And even if you don't get like the guy or girl that you're looking for, like, oh, she needs to have blonde hair or whatever, or she needs to be like, you know, Swedish looking, like Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, but like, and let's say like she can't do it because of a conflict. Like, don't go and just be like, oh, Zendaya's available, let's get Zendaya.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't fit the fucking character. Now you gotta go a completely different direction.
Barrett's upset. He's
But,
upset
like, seriously,
about it.
but
No, I know,
you
I
see
know.
it all the time in Hollywood, and it's like, dude, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out where you fucked up on a project.
I mean, to them it does. I mean, to you and I, maybe not, but...
I honestly, it's like a struggle for me. It's
can
a struggle
tell.
for me to see people fumble around and fuck easy things up like that.
All right, well, we're almost running out of time. Do you want to get into the Emmys?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Emmys 2023 list of nominees. It's like Succession, The Last of Us, and White Lotus, and Ted Lasso were among the shows whose names were heard more often when the Emmy nominations were revealed during a virtual ceremony on Wednesday. This was written on July 12th. So this is...
Let's do the major
Little-
awards.
Okay, this I'm also reading from The Hollywood Reporter. I do
Okay.
want to talk about notable snubs before I get into it.
Yeah.
Notable snubs include Harrison Ford missing out on nominations for Shrinking. I watched it. Absolutely incredible. What a snub. In 1923. Elizabeth Olsen not being nominated for Love and Death. I didn't see that, but we already had that story told with Jessica Biel as Candy. It's the same story Hulu did, so I could see why it got snubbed. You're just doing the
yeah.
same story a year apart.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez and Steve Martin not making the cut as acting nominees for their roles in Only Murders in the Building. Yeah, that's not really a snub. I watched that show and it's great, but that's not a snub. Sarah Goldberg missing out on a Barry nod. No acting nominations for the Saturday Night Live cast. And the shutouts of Yellowstone and Snowfall. That's disrespectful to Yellowstone. Meanwhile, Welcome to Chippendales and Jury Duty earned a surprise. Welcome to Chippendales? What is that? I know what Chippendales is. Is that
It's probably exactly what you're thinking
no,
about.
I hate that. Earned a surprise
It's
5
fucking
and
male
4.
strippers.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Earned a surprise 5 and 4 nominations each, respectively. Okay. What?
So they have the show in Vegas, and it's all over billboards and shit. It's called The Thunder Down Under.
Oh, I've heard of it. I've heard of that.
Male strippers. It's so good. It's so funny.
Have you been?
No.
You just
I
think the
haven't been.
name is good.
I think, I look at the name and I'm like, that's great.
Okay.
Great marketing.
Yeah, great marketing.
Great marketing. Stuff that's funny and rhymes is good marketing to me.
The Thunder Down Under.
Thunder Down Under is so funny. Oh,
right.
God, I love it.
Best Drama Series: Andor, Disney Plus, Better Call Saul, The Crown, House of Dragon, The Last of Us, Succession, The White Lotus, and Yellow Jackets. Let's go!
Nice. So from that list, what do you think? What are you voting for from that list?
Oh God, I am so.
We need to get SAG approval so we can fucking.
I
vote
know,
on all this
Barrett.
shit.
I know. That's why we need to like stand with the union so that they like us and they'll let us in and we won't become a scab.
Oh fuck! I don't want to be a scab.
I don't want to be a scab either.
Give me your 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Give me your 3, 2, 1.
Can I just give you 2?
Okay.
Well, 3 is House of Dragon, The Last of Us, and Yellow Jackets. Really, I'm between House of Dragon and Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Do you want to say?
Yeah.
What are your...
That's your 3, 2, 1? That's your 3, right?
Yeah, but I'm more like, instead of 3, 2, 1, how about I just do top 2?
Okay, do top 2.
House of Dragon and Yellow Jackets.
Okay, House of Dragon and Yellow Jackets. Yeah, I mean...
You know what? House of Dragon, the production value, the dragons, the season finale.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to vote like a SAG person.
Ew. You're not SAG, though.
I know, but
What is your SAG vote? Why is that different than your real vote? What is you being SAG? How does that change you? How are you different?
It makes me more artsy.
Oh, you're so artsy.
I'm going to go the artsy route. So.
Ew, if you pick Succession, we're ending the podcast. I swear to God. I can't be your co-host if you fucking pick Succession. Is that what you were going to pick? Are you serious?
Succession's in my top 3.
Are you kidding? Okay, all right.
Because it's the season. It was the season finale. You don't like Succession. I personally love it.
I mean, I understand why it got a nomination. I just don't think it should win.
I think the writing's good. I think that the characters are unbelievable. The acting's really good. I love Succession. I like the most, I would say, Yellow Jackets.
Gang, gang.
That's the most. And probably House of Dragon.
Yes.
Because of the production value.
Yes.
But House of Dragon is a spin-off to Game of Thrones, and I don't think it's going to win. I think Yellow Jackets brings originality. Mm-hmm. I think it's a story that hasn't been told, and it's been gaining a lot of steam since season 1.
I agree with everything you said.
So if I had to put my money on it, I would say Yellow Jackets.
We're hoping.
We're
praying on Yellow Jackets.
The White Lotus has a big following, but I think Yellow Jackets gets a lot more appreciation from the people that are going to be voting on this.
I hope it better. White Lotus season 2, let's be honest, wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't.
Ooh, hate to say it.
It wasn't as good as the first.
Wasn't as good.
Nope.
And I think people are just hyped up from the first and like, it was so good, but like, was it really?
Yeah, I think I think Yellow Jackets brings originality.
I do too. The Crown, people love The Crown. I never saw Andor.
And it's female dominated.
Yeah.
And people love that shit.
Juliette Lewis.
All of them.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Who's the other woman? Melanie.
I know she's...
Melanie Lilinski.
Yeah, she was in The Last of Us too, right?
Yes,
yeah,
she was in The Last of Us too. Just like, oh God, it is so good. Okay, Best Actor in a Drama Series: Jeff Bridges, The Old Man; Brian Cox, Succession; Kieran Culkin, I love that name, Succession; Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul; Pedro Pascal, The Last of Us; Jeremy Strong, Succession. So we have 3 Succession nominees in this category: Brian Cox, Kieran Culkin, and Jeremy Strong.
I don't think the Succession nominees will win.
Okay.
Maybe Kieran, but that's it.
I was literally just going to say, if
Maybe
someone
Kieran.
from Succession wins this award, I want it to be Kieran. My vote is Pedro Pascal. That's who I'm voting for.
Yeah, I'm a huge Pedro Pascal fan.
Pedro Pascal fan.
Everyone loves Jeff Bridges, but The Old Man, the show itself, it's like meh. I would say maybe Bob Odenkirk and Pedro Pascal are the top at that list.
Who's Better Call
Saul is a really, really good show.
Oh, is he like the lead?
He's
the guy? He's Saul?
Yeah, it's a spin-off from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, yes, because I did watch that. Yeah,
Saul
right.
Goodman.
He's really good. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. Best Actress in a Drama Series: Shannon Horgan, Bad Sisters; Melanie Lilinski, Yellow Jackets; Elizabeth Moss, The Handmaid's Tale; Bella Ramsey, The Last of Us; Kerry Russell, The Diplomat; Sarah Snook, Succession. Here's what I'm going to say. I think Juliette Lewis was snubbed in this category.
I think she was too.
I think Juliette Lewis should have been in there.
Yeah, I agree.
But my vote...
She should have been in there, and I think that... I don't think Sarah Snook in Succession will take it.
No. I'm between Melanie Lewinsky and Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah, everyone loves Elizabeth Moss.
That show, acting in that show is so beyond.
Melanie Linsky and...
Oh, it's Linsky. I've been saying Linsky. It's just Linsky.
Melanie Linsky and I think Bella Ramsey.
She was really good.
From The Last of Us. The Handmaid's Tale. It's been on so long, and like...
No, Elizabeth Moss.
We all know
really
Elizabeth
good.
Moss is unbelievable, but like, let's. I don't want to say give someone else another turn, if it's unless it's warranted. But like, like the Ramsey girl from The Last of Us, dude, she's so young, and she does such a good job.
Yeah, she was really good.
You know what I mean?
She
like
was
that,
really good.
Show her some credit. Like she was really good, and The Last of Us was massive.
I'm gonna go with Bella Ramsey and Melanie Linsky. Then I do love Elizabeth Moss, but those are my two. Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series: F. Murray Abraham, The White Lotus; Nicholas Braun, Succession; Michael. What? Did I say someone's name wrong?
No.
Why are you laughing?
Just the F. Murray thing. I thought of Ted.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Yeah. What did he do? Yeah.
Nothing. Well, why'd you say fuck him?
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, you did. F. Scott Fitzgerald. That's his name. His name's Fuck.
I love it. That's so good. All right, go through them.
Michael Imperioli, The White Lotus; Theo James, The White Lotus; Matthew McFadden, Succession; Alan Rusk, Succession; Will Sharp, The White Lotus; Alexander Skarsgård, Succession. It's all White Lotus in Succession. The entire category is White Lotus in Succession.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the hot guy from White Lotus, Theo James, and then Alexander Skarsgård, because he's also hot.
All right, we're going hot guys on that one for you? Okay.
Because I don't...
Yeah, great pinpointing.
Yeah, hot guys. I don't watch Succession, so I like
Skarsgård for Succession. He was really good as the tech billionaire entrepreneur. He was good. And... I'm going to go with Michael Imperioli because I liked him in The Sopranos.
Okay.
So.
Okay. You know what? I really like him too.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to stick with my hotties.
Okay. So we'll go with the hotties then.
Okay. Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series: Jennifer Coolidge, The White Lotus; Elizabeth Debicki, The Crown; Megan Faye, The White Lotus; Sabrina Impacciatore, The White Lotus; Aubrey Plaza, The White Lotus; Rhea Seehorn, Better Call Saul; J. Smith Cameron, Succession; Simona Tabasco, The White Lotus. I am going with... I'm going to tilt it so I can see it. Jennifer Coolidge.
I'm going with Jennifer Coolidge too.
God bless. I love her.
She got a lot of buzz. I think a lot of people like her.
Oh, also spoiler alert. But honestly, if you haven't seen The White Lotus, that's your fault by now. She does die. Yeah. And I think everyone knows that. So this is the last time she's getting nominated, unless season 3 they go back in time. She's out of the show. Yeah. Which I have heard that they might go back in time for season 3 so that she can still be in the show. Yeah. But she died in the second one, so I think we got to give it to her. That's my vote.
Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge is my vote too.
Best Comedy Series: Abbott Elementary, Barry, The Bear, Jury Duty. Oh my God, 2 of these. Oh, what we call you? We call you Barry, and Barry, you're the bear.
I'm the bear. I'm the bear guy.
Jury Duty, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Only Murders in the Building, Ted Lasso, and Wednesday. I'm kind of surprised Wednesday was a comedy, but I think Wednesday is my favorite. That show is really incredibly done.
Yeah, but as a comedy, though?
I know it's not really a comedy, but I love it, and I love that it's nominated. So, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is pretty great. I'm
surprised. Now that we're talking about it, I'm surprised Jenna Ortega didn't get a nom for Wednesday.
I know.
That's a snub.
You're right. That's a snub.
That's a massive snub.
Way to put a cigarette out right in her forehead.
right in her eyeball, dude. Are you kidding me?
That's a huge snub.
She didn't get that?
Yeah. But we have White Lotus and Succession.
Whoa. Well, is it best actress in a comedy series?
Here we go. Okay, all right.
So go back to the one we were just reading.
Okay, so comedy series.
Okay.
Ted Lasso, Only Murders in the Building, Mrs. Maisel, Jury Duty, The Bear, Barry, Abbott Elementary, and Wednesday. Maybe Ted Lasso, but I didn't watch the last season.
It's Ted Lasso or Wednesday.
All right. Best Actress in a Comedy Series.
Okay.
Christina Applegate, Dead to Me. Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary. Natasha Lyonne, Poker Face. Jenna Ortega, Wednesday. I hope it's Jenna.
I hope it's Jenna. I
really want her
Jenna's
to win.
Gonna win.
I hope she does. I'm just playing favorites now. I think Christina Applegate was really good.
We're not. The fans want to see her win that.
Yeah. Quinta Brunson's pretty funny. Abbott Elementary is really hilarious. You got to watch it. I know, but Wednesday was just incredible. Oh my God. And she was incredible in that role. She was exactly it. Yeah. It was so good. She was so good.
Yeah.
Okay, best actor in a comedy series.
Like, that's a good casting.
Yeah.
That's like that.
That's perfect casting.
The casting by Tim Burton or whoever does his casting for that.
Incredible.
Perfect.
Best actor in a comedy series: Bill Hader, Martin Short. Oh, Bill Hader and Barry. Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building. Jason Segel, Shrinking. Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso. Jeremy Allen White, The Bear. My vote: Jason Segel and Shrinking, or Bill Hader and Barry, because I love Bill Hader.
Yeah, you do love Bill Hader. Oh, I'm looking at Best Supporting Fuck. Hold on, let me look at these. I love Ted Lasso.
I know, he's really... this is the toughest category I've seen. One. This is the toughest category because I love every
Jason
single person. Every single person in this category. This one's really tough.
I'm going to go with Ted Lasso. I'm going to go with Sudeikis on that one.
I mean, love him.
Wouldn't mind any of them winning, though.
I've never seen The Bear, so I don't know.
I heard The Bear is really funny. It's getting a lot of traction.
Okay, cool. Good for Jeremy Allen White. He's hot. Best support...
We're just picking hotties.
I'm just picking hotties. That's what it's all about. Best supporting actor in a comedy series: Anthony Carrigan, Barry. Phil Dunster, Ted Lasso. Brett Goldstein, Ted Lasso. James Marsden, Jury Duty. Eben Moss, Backrich. Eben, The Bear. Tyler James Williams, Abbott Elementary. Henry Winkler, Barry. I am voting Brett Goldstein because it's Ted Lasso's last season. And I love him, and he also did Shrinking. He wrote that, and he wrote Ted Lasso. And I just think he's a winner all around, and I just want to see him win.
You're going with Carrigan?
No, I'm going with
Goldstein.
I'm going with
Brett
Goldstein. Yeah.
Okay. I like that one.
He's just...
I'm going to go with the Fonz, though. I'm going to go with Henry Winkler.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the
Fonz.
He's awesome, too. The Fonz. Best supporting actress in a comedy series: Alex Bornstein, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Ayo Edebiri, The Bear. Janelle James, Abbott Elementary. Cheryl Lee Ralph, Abbott Elementary. Juno Temple, Ted Lasso. Hannah Waddingham, Ted Lasso. Jessica Williams, Shrinking. Is Hannah Waddington the girl who plays Keely? Who plays Keely on that show?
Juno.
I want her. Yeah. Or Cheryl Lee Ralph from Abbott Elementary. She is my favorite character in that show. She is so funny.
Okay. I like Juno Temple because I'm a huge Ted Lasso fan. So I'm gonna go with Juno. I hope she wins it.
All right, we don't need to go over best limited or anthology series. I don't care. I mean, Beef, Dahmer, Daisy Jones and the Six, Fleischman is in Trouble, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't care. Do you care?
Yeah, I care.
Oh, okay, I don't.
I want Dahmer to win.
Oh, really? Because we love Evan Peters.
Yeah, and he was unfucking real in it.
Yeah, it was really hard to watch. I actually couldn't finish it because it was too real.
That's kind of a snub to him.
There is a category for best actors and actresses in a limited or anthology series.
Oh yeah,
so
go through that. Yeah,
so the actress in a limited anthology: Lizzie Kaplan, Fleischman is in Trouble; Jessica Chastain, George and Tammy; Dominique Fishback, Swarm; Catherine Hahn, Tiny Beautiful Things; Riley Keough, Daisy Jones and the Six; Ali Wong, Beef. I mean Jessica Chastain because I'm a huge fan of hers. I didn't really see.
She was really good as Tammy.
I heard she was really good. I didn't really see any of those, so I'm just gonna vote her.
Yeah.
I think people said that Riley Keough wasn't that good in Daisy Jones and the Six, and it was actually her co-stars that should have gotten nominations.
Oh, okay.
Best actor in a limited series, anthology, or TV movie. Taron Egerton, Blackbird. Kamal Nanjiani, Welcome to Chippendales. Evan Peters, Dahmer. Daniel Radcliffe, Weird, The Al Yankovic Story. What?
Oh yeah, I heard he was doing that. I got
Michael Shannon, George and Tammy, Steve Ewan, Beef. Obviously Evan Peters or Taron Egerton, but I want Evan.
Oh man, this one's kind of tough, to be honest. I mean, wouldn't mind seeing all of them win, because all of them are really good. But I'm gonna have to go with Evan Peters. Taron Egerton in Blackbird's unreal. Michael Shannon as George is unbelievable. I haven't seen the Daniel Radcliffe one. I haven't seen Welcome to Chippendales.
You gonna watch it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
And then we have supporting actor and supporting actress in limited series ones.
Yeah. Fire it up.
Oh my god.
What?
All right. Okay, I'll do supporting actress in a limited or anthology. Juliette Lewis got a nom, but it wasn't for Yellow Jackets. It's for Welcome to Chippendales. Apparently, she's in Welcome to Chippendales.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that category is Annalee Ashford, Welcome to Chippendales, Maria Bello, Beef, Claire Danes, Fleshman is in Trouble, Juliette Lewis, Welcome to Chippendales, Camilla Morone, Daisy Jones and the Six, Niecy Nash Betts, Dahmer, and Merritt Weaver, Tiny Beautiful Things. Best supporting actor. Let me read actor in a limited series, and then you can vote, because you know that mine is Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
Murray Bartlett, Welcome to Chippendales, Paul Walter Hauser, Blackbird, Richard Jenkins, Dahmer, Joseph Lee, Beef, Ray Liotta, Blackbird, God rest his soul, Young Manzino, Beef, Jesse Plemons, Love and Death.
Okay.
I think
so. Best supporting
actor,
I would probably go. Maybe Paul Walter Hauser or Ray Liotta. Maybe Richard Jenkins and Dahmer, but I don't think so. I think Paul Walter Hauser or Ray Liotta will win that one. Maybe Ray Liotta because he passed away and they could do like something special for him.
Yeah.
But Paul Walter Hauser played Richard Jewell in that movie.
Who's that?
So Richard Jewell was like, it's based on a true story, but he was falsely accused of like planting a bomb at this event.
Oh my god, I know what you're
like
talking
Atlanta
about.
Or something.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was like ridiculed and shit on and like everything, but in Blackbird he plays like a serial killer. And Blackbird is basically like, it follows Taron Egerton, who was guilty of a crime, but then he was put in jail and he got less time for finding out where these bodies were buried by Paul Walter Hauser's character. And like he's basically sent to this prison where he's at to befriend him, earn his trust, and then find out on the like a map of where these bodies potentially were buried. And he gets arguably less time for it.
Oh my god, wait. Is this with Christian Bale?
No.
Oh.
But it's a good show. Like it's
a show.
Unreal. Yeah,
and
it's a show.
Who's best supporting actress do you pick?
Best supporting actress, I'm gonna go with Juliette Lewis because she got
snubbed for Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read the rest. I think there's only a couple more. Best writing for a comedy: Barry, The Bear, Jury Duty, Only Murders in the Building, The Other Two. That should win. You need to watch that show. It's hilarious. And Ted Lasso. Best writing for a drama series: Andor, Bad Sisters, Better Call Saul. Another writer got nominated for Better Call Saul: The Last of Us, Succession, and The White Lotus. Best writing for a limited or anthology series or TV movie: Beef, Fire Island, Fleshman is in Trouble, Prey, Swarm, Weird Al Yankovic Story. That's weird. Dahmer didn't get nominated for writing, but it's kind of a true life story, so you can only do so much.
It's already written, yeah.
Best directing for a drama series: Andor, Bad Sisters, The Last of Us, Succession, and The White Lotus. So, yeah. There's three different directors for. I should probably say the name rather than the show, but we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Best directing for a comedy series: Bill Hader for Barry, The Bear, Christopher Storer, Amy Sherman Palladino, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Mary Lou Belly, The Miss Pat Show, Declan Lowney, Ted Lasso, Tim Burton, Wednesday. Tim Burton's going to win it. Best Directing for a Limited Anthology or Series. Lee Sung-jin for Beef, Jake Schreier for Beef, Carl Franklin for Dahmer, Paris Barclay for Dahmer, Valerie Ferris and Jonathan Dayton for Fleshman Isn't Trouble, Dan Trachtenberg for Prey. Best Talk Series. Unfortunately, we didn't get nominated, but that's okay.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year, yeah. Maybe they'll recognize us. We also don't have visual yet, so I guess we're not a show.
Yeah,
but soon.
Not yet. Soon.
Not yet. The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Jimmy Kimmel Live, The Late Night with Seth Meyers, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, The Problem with Jon Stewart. So the same people who are nominated every year for the same category are also nominated this year, no surprise.
Yep.
Best Reality Competition, The Amazing Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, Survivor, Top Chef, and The Voice. My money's on RuPaul. Best Animated Program, Bob's Burgers, Intergalactic, Genny Travasky's Primal, Rick and Morty, The Simpsons. I'm voting Rick and Morty. Best Structured Reality Program, Antiques Roadshow, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Love is Blind, Queer Eye, and Shark Tank. Wow, 2 of Dad's favorite shows made this category.
Wow.
Best Unstructured Reality Program, Indian Matchmaking, RuPaul's Drag Race Untucked, Selling Sunset, Vanderpump Rules, and Welcome to Wrexham. My money's on Vanderpump.
God,
Best TV Movie, Dolly Parton's Mountain Magic Christmas, Fire Island, Hocus Pocus 2, Prey, and The Weird Al Yankovic Story. Best Game Show, Family Feud, Jeopardy, The Price is Right, That's My Jam, Wheel of Fortune. And the rest are just like... I really don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care to read them.
Those are the big ones, though.
Yeah, we went over the big ones.
Okay.
So that's our show. It's almost 2 hours long. Maybe we'll cut this segment and make it its own little segment. The Emmys. We'll do the Emmys segment. Do you want to do an Emmy segment? Because we just spent like...
Nah, just run it.
Run it. It's a 2-hour episode.
I love it, dude. We found our solution to Hollywood. We talked about the Emmys. Like, we got a lot done.
We talked about Barbie.
Yeah, we did. We talked about Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer. I love Barbenheimer. I love the culture. I think I want to see Barbie on my birthday. Oh, this might be the last episode before my birthday. I'm leaving tomorrow for a wedding in the afternoon. And I won't be home until Sunday.
Thursday, and
my birthday's Monday.
Yeah.
So, unless we record an episode Sunday before my birthday, or maybe we can record on my birthday. Maybe I'll go see Barbie and then we can record and I'll tell you about Barbie.
Let's do a birthday app.
Okay.
We'll do that. I think I'm going to go see Barbie tonight with Gabby.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I think I'll go see Barbie with you on your birthday.
No.
All right, but have fun with Gabby. I'm a little pissed that you're seeing it before me. That's kind of shady. Maybe you should go see Oppenheimer, and then I'll see Barbie, and then you'll tell me about Oppenheimer, and I'll tell you about Barbie.
She's been in my ear hole about...
Your ear hole.
She has. She's been in my ear about Barbie, so I think if she gets out of work early enough, we'll see it tonight. But if not, then me and you will go see it together.
Okay, on my birthday.
But
or maybe on Sunday when I get back from the wedding.
But yeah, dude, unreal. This is a great app.
Yeah. We worked it out. You worked it out. You got through a lot. I think you needed to get through.
I was actually pretty, I've been thinking about that SAG stuff for a little while now. It's been kind of eating at me for a week where I've just been, thinking about, there must be a solution where all parties are, not necessarily happy, but, tolerable.
Everyone gets a little something and everyone gives a little something. And that is the foundation of a good compromise.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. And, I don't know. I feel like we didn't really go on our normal schedule because I feel like there hasn't really been a lot of
it's summertime
new stuff in the news and everything, and it's summertime, not a lot of sports, not a lot of real action going on.
Sure.
But yeah, I feel like that was a topic that's right up our alley.
How many minutes is it saying?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only been an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 2 hours. When did we start recording this? Oh, we paused and I moved the car.
Yeah.
No, we've been through a lot.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, we've been here since 11 and it's almost 1.
Good. This is what we need.
This is what we need.
We do.
All right. I hope everyone has a great day. And it might not be the weekend when you're listening to this.
Yeah.
But we got to get ready for our day, even though it's almost 1. I mean, I've already had a day. But anyway, thanks for listening. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
all the social medias, guys. We know.
Comment on YouTube. Did you upload the YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Oh,
but we don't have like visuals. Like we just
whatever.
have, like,
just
our
watch
tag.
it on YouTube and go on YouTube just to comment on things, thoughts you think, just to tell us, just to talk to us. We'll get better. We will.
We will. We really
How many
need to get some
listeners
visuals. We have like 120 downloads so far.
Good for us.
Yeah, I mean we're plugging along, but like we said before, this is for us.
All right, next time we'll be getting more structure, more merch, more content.
And after this episode, 4 more episodes until visuals have to be up.
Oh my god. All right, we better get a move on that. And we'll see you next time.